Hello, everybody. This is a demonstration of how I'm using yoga as an internal family systems meditation practice. This way, I get in regular contact with all of my parts using my body all the way. I'm not a yoga teacher or anything, I'm a beginner when it comes to yoga. So, if what you see here and I can do that, you can do that for sure, too. I'm starting out in a mountain pose, and this is already representing a part of me. I call this one the patriarch. It is coming up quite often for me. It is a protector that watches out for dignity and respect, checking if other people treat me well and that my needs are taken care of, and also if I conduct myself with honor. From there, I slowly move over to a pose that's representing the opposite, the polar opposite of the patriarch, a protector that I call the shaman. This part is all about tuning into other people's needs, trying to make sure that I'm useful and kind to others. It used to be a people pleaser when I was younger, completely forgetting about my own needs just so that I'm loved by others. Maybe you know about that. As I'm stretching down to my feet, I remember how this part was desperately trying to connect to my family and lovers, never being able to really reach them, like I'm having sometimes a hard time reaching my feet. But now that I'm more aware of it, I draw myself closer to my legs first, really stretching out my back and reminding this part to not forget about my own needs and loving myself before I try to connect and get love from others. After a while of self-empathy and breathing into my legs, I reach back out to others, this time from a place of self-trust and not desperation. Then I roll back up into the patriarch, celebrating that these two parts are not polarized anymore and blind to each other, but working together as a team. My needs matter as well as the needs of others. And then I'm stepping forward into warrior pose, and this is enjoyed and was picked by a part of me that I call the Spartan. This part helps me to get through hard times or extreme discomfort. It could be intense heat, like today is quite a hot day, or a lot of pain, or a long stretch of boring tasks. This part used to shut down and suppress any kind of emotion, only focused on pushing through. Now it's not blinding me to my younger parts anymore that I got to know it. And at the same time, it's still giving me strength and motivation to master huge challenges, and life is full of that. Then downward facing dog to get ready to embrace another important part of me. I call this one the lover, as it is focused on providing sexual pleasure to myself and to my partner. It used to have very extreme strategies, as it believed it would not be loved if I wasn't providing enough pleasure. Now that I got to know it and its exiles, it has changed into someone that is having fun with creative sexual energy rather than making it into a survival task. Back into table pose, I'm reaching out with my hands and feet. Those are exiles that were teenagers. For many years, they have been reaching out, trying to connect with others, only to recoil again and again, experiencing rejection, not being understood or loved for who they are. I called them up. I sent them love and gratitude for every time they were reaching out in a tragic way, maybe, or trying to hide and never be hurt again. There's nothing that they did wrong. And going into cat pose, these are even younger exiles that have been trying to hide or rebel. When I arch my back and all the little parts that wanted desperately to reach out to others when I go into cow pose. And from here, move all the way back down into child pose. And that's a great opportunity every time I do this. Send some love to all the inner children that are still living in exile. All of those that have not been seen yet. They have not come up yet. So I sent them an invitation to come out whenever they like. I will hear all of their stories and I will help them. And another important part of me that was given to me, I call the analyzer. Similar to the shaman, he's trying to reach out to other people, but he used to do this, and sometimes he still does, with a lot of judgment, trying to get other people to change so that they are finally capable of loving me. And just like with the shaman, I remind this part in this practice to always look at our own system first. Let's look at our own shortcomings first with kindness and understanding. Only then are we really able to reach out to others. And then finally, as I'm walking up through the shaman into the patriarch, I reach out to all of my parts and all beings around me at the same time, gathering as much self-energy as I can in this moment, on this day. And then I can come back into balance, connecting to true self. Sending out love to all of my parts. Everyone matters. Everyone is welcome. Sending out gratitude for all their hard work and their well-intentioned efforts to help me out. And reminding them that there's always true self and always love for all of them. And as the last exercise, I often like to connect to one of my most enjoyable parts, which I call the artist. He's reaching out into the world, expressing who I am and what I think is meaningful. I feel so grateful for his contribution, as it was also him that was inspiring me to get every one of my parts on board to make this video. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. And thank you so much for watching. Please let me know about your practice in the comments. How are you keeping in touch with your most dominant parts on a daily basis? What kind of yoga poses would your parts choose? Let me know. And may the self be with you.